All right, guys. So I'm gonna go more into the products. I know we were just talking to Kelvin about like the main thing is getting in front of clients and communicating with those clients, but the last part is the products. So this is gonna an additional information for you guys. Um, as you learn the business, as you get better into the business, I would say I mentioned this in the last call. We have like 3 phases into our business. I would say the first level to get just like easy, like make money right away, learn about final expense. Okay, you learn final expense, simple, less variables for the clients. You can easily get in front of them, sell them a Miracle, Prosperity, AIG, you're golden. You can learn 3 companies, three main products with them, and you're golden, right? Now, the second phase would be to add variables, would be to get into mortgage protection. Now you start learning about selling term with the return of premium, cashback options. You'll have the variables of older clients, younger clients, some clients that may not be available for the term. Then you do the permanent plan, that's the equity protection. And then the third step would be to get into advanced markets, where you learn how to do annuities and IULs. So I'm going to go into the IUL side. For everyone here that has not gotten FNG, I'm going to go more specifically about FNG. Why I like FNG, they pay really well. Okay, they pay just like an IUL Express with Mutual of Omaha. It's only 10 points off your comp, but they're one of the companies that have 2 main products. Underwriting's not bad, but more importantly, they have good accumulation products. Okay, so we have an Everlast product, and then we also have a Path Setter product. Okay, so 2 main products. I'll quickly go into it. But when should we use an IUL before we start? Okay, so IULs, this is where instead of the IUL Express, that's more of a death benefit option. We have a Path Setter or the FNG, that's more of a higher accumulation cash value option. Okay, so if you're thinking about cash value, they want IULs. You start hearing people think about like, I want to fund my own bank. I want to be my own bank. I'm looking at a big policy. I'm looking at, setting a college education fund, a retirement fund, all these keywords. That's when an IUL would come in. Now, can we get everyone an IUL? No, they have to be pretty healthy. Okay, some cases, if it's under $1 million, we can get an exam-free underwriting. Exam-free underwriting means no paramed. Okay, up to $1 million. Okay, for age 0 to 60. But they still got to be healthy. Okay, so if they had like a cancer before, they had a heart attack before, think of it as like almost like a term, but we most of the time need a physical. Not everyone can get it. Okay, if they have multiple conditions, not everyone can get it. That's when you want to stick with final expense, right? But if you're seeing a working class individual, okay, the best part for the Path Setter, this is the accumulation one, minimum face amount, 50,000, maximum premium up to 500,000. Okay, so they can overfund this like crazy. But eligible ages, this is the benefit of 0 to 80. I would do this as 0 to 60. Okay, then do the Everlast 60 and up. Okay, so Everlast is more of a death benefit protection. Okay, so it's going to be a little bit of cash value, but it's more to let a policy go for the longest. They get a big face amount. They can get up 100,000 for 46 and up. So for seniors that they feel like, well, it's a chunk of change, they got some money, and it's like 30,000 permanent life, whole life, it's not a lot of money to them, then that's where we can do a big sale for Everlast. Okay, so most of the time though, if it's more of a death benefit accumulation, death benefit product, I would push IUL Express with Mutual of Omaha. They just to give you guys an update, they just increased the age limit on that. The age limit is up to what do you call it, age 75 now. It used to be before 70. Okay, so, and you're good up to 150,000, no physical exam. So I would stick to that, unless you got a client that wants to get a better rating, then I would push into this. Secondly, not everybody can get FNG yet. There's been a big cluster of a mess with contracting. Jason said it's going to take like 45 days to get contracted. I got an agent, Giselle, that's been waiting since like the start of February, still hasn't gotten any contract. So be patient. They prioritize to get a contract. They prioritize you needing a policy, needing a client to get one. So if you don't have a client and you're asking for contracts, you're not going to get it. But I am introducing it to now because this is one of the better products. So it's better to have it sooner than later. right? Then until you find a client. So I'm just going to focus more on the path setter then. So understand Everlast, it's similar to IUL Express, useful for people that wants to get a better rate. The only difference between IUL Express and this, they have a preferred rate compared to just a standard rate with IUL Express. Okay, so we're going to focus on path setter, accumulation product. They have two main ratings, non-tobacco and preferred tobacco. Okay, if they're within 0 to 60, you can get up to $1 million. All right, so when should we start using this? Start thinking about this for like coworkers, yourself, people at in their 30s up to 40s. But if you got parents, you're starting to see parents that are looking for something to set up for their kids. This is a great benefit. Like they start thinking about, I want to set some college education fund for them. I want to start maybe something where they can borrow money to get a down payment on a house. Decent plans. Now, how should you push it? You should ask them, well, what do you want to do? How much do you want to put in? Okay, do you want to put like $10 a month or $50 or $100 a month? Okay, so then push the product. Like it's a good accumulation product between 100 to 200. You're looking at something nice for 300. Okay, so $100 to $200 a month per kid. Okay, and then if a client's like balking at that, just tell them, hey man, here we got a whole life product with Mutual of Omaha. It's $23 a month for $50,000, bro. Call it a day, right? Because if they're saying they want to do something for their college education, and then they're not even willing to put in a few dollars extra, they're not really serious about a college education. It's like, you know how much college is. Tell me to go to community college, tell me to go military, you're not going to do much with it. Okay, so this is FNG. I'm just going to slowly create an illustration and show you how that works. But once you're logged in, once you have an account, this will be the home page. Hopefully I'm not logged out. You will just go into your products and then illustrations at the bottom. Once you go through illustrations, give it a second, my internet's slowly. Okay, so you'll click on illustrations. You'll do start new case. I'm going to show you one. Can you guys see my screen, right? We're good. Okay. I'm going to do one for my kid. Okay, so her name's Kelly. She was born August 11, 2022. So she's 0, female. Okay, so on the bottom of here, we'll do find available products in California. You'll see Execudex. We don't really use that. Either focus on Everlast or Path Setter. Okay, so we're going to do Path Setter. At a juvenile rate, there's not going to be a special rating. There's not going to be a preferred or standard. It's going to be juvenile rates. So it'll be standard. Okay. All right. Owner name me. Okay, we'll leave the emails for now. Okay, so this is how you'll see it. When you're doing an IUL, there's going to be a max accumulation. You can solve for however way you want it. Okay, what I mean by that is you can solve, you can tell the computer. And if you guys ever have any questions, confusion, why FNG is really good, you can get them on a call. You're not going to be on a 30-minute wait. They're going to patch you in within less than 5 minutes. If you're confused as heck on this, they will have a representative do the illustration with you or for you. With you or for you. They'll just like, all right, we'll send it. What do you want? And then it'll load up on your you know how I started to assess view my cases. It'll pop up on your view your cases, and then you can just send it at the top in here. You can send it and says view and print or review and e-sign. Once you click on review and e-sign, it sends it automatically to the client. They sign it, so you don't have to do the paper signatures and stuff. So that's what's cool about it. But going back to this, when we can solve for either how much they want to pay, how much is the face amount, how much is the premium, do you want it increasing, increasing plus a level, all of that options. Okay, so for a kid, this is how I would do it. Okay, I would do a max accumulation and income. Okay, this is going to pop up. It's going to say, how long do you want to pay for? Okay, do you want to pay until year 100? You could do age or year. So if you type A, that's till age. Okay, if you say year, that's until how many years. Okay, so in this instance, it's almost the same because the baby's 0, right? So let's say I want to pay till she's 30. Okay, so I'm going to pay for 30 years. Okay, so this is not going to be more for a college education. I'm going to try to set this up until about like uh, post college until about maybe like she wants to get a house for herself. So let's say I'm going to do $200 a month. Okay, so now I'm saying instead of annually, I'm going to put monthly. I'm paying $200 a month. I divided it. Sorry. So I'm paying $200 a month, $2,400 a year times 30 years, right? So what's that equal to? 2,400 times 30. Let me just do my math on my calculator. So I'm going to pay about 72,000 into this. Okay, sounds fair. I say okay. Now on the second part, how long do you want the cash value to last? This is the question of, will the policy disappear on you? Okay, so if I say the policy has to have a minimum cash value by 100, it's going to last her until 100. I don't need it till 120. Not a lot of people live that long. And then the income stream. When do I want to start taking income stream on this? Okay, so let's say we stop making payment at 30, right? We can borrow money from the cash value. We can do whatever with the cash value. But let's say at 50, I want to start having her take withdrawals automatically from it. And I could tell it for how long. Let's say from 50 to 80. So let's do it for 30 years. Okay, I'm going to assume my kid will live to age 80. Okay, or borrow from that until age 80. Okay, so far so good, right? Then, as I went through here, the minimum death benefit on this is 50,000. Okay, so if I said max accumulation and I don't care about the minimum death benefit, I'm going to try to go with the lowest. Okay, and then we're going to go from an increasing benefit. So option A is level, option B is increasing. Varies means from option B increasing, it goes to option A to level when you're done making payments. For now, I don't care about the death benefit. I'm just going to leave it level. Why does it matter? The more insurance on the death benefit, the more it'll cost, the less will go to the cash value. Well, if I'm building this as more of a cash value, I just want to keep it level so the cash value keeps accumulating more. Okay, so reduce death benefit to minimum. We'll leave it the way it's as it is. Okay, we'll pay for 30 years. Now we can choose the strategies. Okay, there's a illustrated rate 7%. We're just going to keep it on this one. This is what's recommended because they have a 1% bonus. So we're going to put 100% on that. Okay, child rider, accidental death benefit, we're going to leave that. Living benefits are included. Okay, there's an option in here. There's a primary term rider if they're an adult. So if they wanted to add an additional life insurance on top of the permanent plan. And then now we're going to click view and print. Okay, hopefully it's the same screen that pops up. While that's loading, anybody have any questions so far? So far, so good. Simple illustration. We just want to make sure we get you contracted. I see a new screen that popped up. Can you guys see the new screen or no? Yes, you see the new FNG screen? Cool.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, so I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. So now, minimum face amount on this is $1 million. That's not right, but I'll call, I'll check in home office. But it's $1 million because the baby's so young. Let me double check this later. But I click minimum. No, it didn't go right. Like the minimum face. Let me go back. I made a mistake somewhere. Did I put too many zeros? I put 50,000. 30 year type year.
Hey, John,
Yeah.
when you have the client sign the illustration, is it similar to Mutual of Omaha's? Like how they have to sign like page 7, page 13, for example?
It'll be like DocuSign, yeah.
Okay, it'll just be an easy guided signature?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's something popped up. It's causing the whole life insurance to pull up. Something's going on that I did. I did click Pat Setter, right? Yeah. It's pushing the life insurance to face amount. I'm just gonna do 100,000. Maybe that's what's throwing it off. It's pushing the minimum values and pushing the $200 into the whole policy. I don't know why. I have another one. I'll show you guys. This is the one I'm going to do for my brother-in-law's sister. Can you guys see this one? So this is the one where I have a client. She has 2 kids. She wants to pay $300 a month each on the kids. Okay. Done on the path setter. Kids 1. The other one was just born in February, so we have to wait at least 3 weeks in. But what her game plan is, she wants to pay it for only 20 years, and she wants to start getting withdrawals at the age of 30. Okay, instead of 50, she wants the immediate because she feels like the kids can use it sooner. The longer, of course, it accumulates, the faster, the longer, the bigger the face amount. So let me scroll down here. Quick review on how illustrations look like when an IUL happens. There's a guaranteed and non-guaranteed. Okay, so guaranteed 0.25%, non-guaranteed minimum level, low level is 4.75, high level 6.91. Okay, so she's going to pay $3,600 a year on this. In 20 years, she put in 72K. Okay, even at the low end of guaranteed, the values on this is 52K. Okay, so she's down 20K. But on the low end, she'll have 109,000. On the high end, it'll be 138,000. Okay, now she's no longer making payments on this anymore. But at 31, she wants to start borrowing money. There's 300,000 into it. That benefits 754. Okay, so at any time, if she needed money, she could borrow from that and then put it back in. Okay, and then the interest builds up to her policy. So on this one, I did it where at 50. I just wanted to illustrate. I have 2 policies. I had 2 illustrations I showed. If we did it at 30, she was going to get around $36,000 a year. If she did it at 50, the kid will have $152,000 a year tax-free income on top of their benefit. And I set it up until age 80 plus, till 75. They can get up to like 3.2 million, only putting $72,000 by the time they're in their 70s. And they'll still have a life insurance of over $1 million with $221,000 of a death benefit. If they've never touched it, it would have been at 6.2 million. Putting 72,000 from age 1 to 20 and leaving it alone, they'll make 6.2 million. Okay, so this is the power into this. We just gotta find the right clients on being able to put in a little bit of money. Yeah, I don't know what I did wrong. The face amount is going too high. It's $1 million. The minimum is a 191. And so of course the death benefit is going to be like ridiculous on this. But here it is, even at this level. Okay. So this is the kid, Kelly, 1 million level plan. By the time she's 20, there's 76,000 into $1 million policy. Okay. 191,000. Okay. 72,000 at age 30, 191,000 built up. No longer making any payments. If I wait till 50, even at $1 million at the start, there's 95,000 starting at 50 for a product that's gonna provide a tax-free retirement for her. There is only one drawback when you're doing this for kids. And let me end it at that. The one drawback or one requirement, the parent has to have twice the coverage amount needed on the kid. Okay. So however I did that, we can always call home office for help. Like, hey, I don't need $1 million policy. Put the kid at like 250,000. It'll be max accumulation and whatnot. But the parent has to have twice the coverage, whether it's accidental, at work, it doesn't matter where it's coming from. They need to have life insurance. So you can't buy a big life insurance on the kid and the parent not have anything. Right? So this is a double sale. So when they want it, you tell them, hey, you need to at least get some ethos plan, get you a $2 million policy with ethos, you're set. You guys have any questions? We're good. So lastly, as a recap, the best benefit on this, start talking to people within your circle of influence, people that have jobs, work, they got kids, they got disposable income on their that they want to provide to their kids, and then boom, we start adding some sales to it. Okay, so first and foremost, lastly, get contracted with FNG. But to get contracted, you need to have a client on deck to start rolling. Okay, we're good. All right, so this is going to be saved. We'll get this loaded on YouTube for anyone that missed it. All right, and I'll see you guys at 2 o'clock call. Have a good one.